Hello there, Aries. My name's Frankie, and I'm coming to you from spirits-healing-readings.com, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and I'm an empath, and I've been doing readings for about 27 years now. And this is going to be your reading for June of 2016. And what I've done here is I've laid 4 cards for you for the month of June, and I'm going to use the bottom card on the deck for overall view, and then we'll draw an angel card at the end to kind of bring everything together. I wanted to add, in case the reading doesn't resonate with you, you want to look up your moon sign and your rising sign too, because sometimes you can put all 3 together and get a better view of what's going on for the month. But I've looked up the astrology for you, and the emphasis is going to be in your 3rd house for the month of June. I am not an astrologer, so I've looked up the information, and what it is mental pursuits. It is self-expression, correspondence, short journeys, and neighborhood projects, or people. I believe it might mean like brothers and sisters too when I was looking for it, but don't quote me on that. But what the words that Spirit was giving me before I pulled the cards were the word really strong, like freedom. And the other word was open and openness and communication. And being as this is in correspondence, I believe the 3rd house is probably going to be all forms of communication for you for this month. Now, the bottom card on the deck is the Page of Wands, which is interesting. When I think of pages, I'm thinking of younger people or situations around you, and this card is upright, but this particular page usually has to do with a form, when I'm looking at them, of communication about my work, or communication that is going to affect my work. And like I said, Knights are usually messenger cards, but this particular page is a messenger card that is going to bring to me a communication about my work. Normally pages are younger people that have brought me this communication, and I'm an empath, so when you hear me say I mean right now we are all Aries out there. Yeah, so every time you hear I'm an Aries too, right along with you. This page is like either, and it feels to me like perhaps this communication has happened, so I may have had some form of communication going on in the month of May, or maybe even back as far as April, but it's a communication that is affecting my work itself in some manner, or a situation that I'm involved in, even if I'm retired, that has to do with my work. The first card that I pulled from the deck is the 4 of Cups, and this card is in reverse, and that's telling me that there is, because it's in reverse, I always think of this card when I look at it like there's 3 cups in front of me that are on the physical plane, and I've got my focus on them, even though there's a cup coming from the heavens, from Spirit, from God, however you want to say it, that's saying, here, take this one, it's probably better, but obviously I'm not looking at that, and if it's in reverse, I'm not looking at it either. But there is a situation around me that has some kind of effect on me that is causing me to go internal and causing me to really analyze the situations. That's the word I want to pull. I want to analyze, and I'm going internal to find the information. And I'm going internal because here we have the next card is the star card. But it is also in reverse, and the star card is an excellent card when it's in the upright. But when it's in reverse, as it is, it's showing that internal thing also. So there's something in my life, situation, work, whatever, partnerships, friendships, this is a general reading, that is forcing me, or I feel the need to go inside, because it's something that is making me reevaluate all the situations in my life. It's causing me to go inside, because at this point I almost feel, like a resentment even, and that's a very strong word, but resentment comes along about, what is the situations or the things that are around me that are affecting my life personally. And this all comes from that word communication, whatever was communicated to me. But I want to remember, we have two cards, right, in the reverse that are causing an internal reevaluation of whatever's going on around me. So if they're causing this internal reevaluation of situations, or causing me to go inside myself, then I'm being caused to go inside of me for a greater understanding of the situations or whatever it is that is aggravating me around these situations, and how I'm going to deal with them or handle them. So these are absolutely excellent cards, because that communication can be internal communication about what I need to do for the next step, or where I need to extend my knowledge. What do I need to study up on or look at in the physical plane that's going to help me internally accept these things that are happening, and what can I do about this to get my understanding to turn these cards up right, and maybe take that cup that's being handed out to me from the heavens, because that's beauty. If we think about it, if Spirit is handing me a beautiful cup, and a cup card is emotion, and there's a communication from this Wands card dude here, and it can be male or female, it's just usually younger person that's given me this information. There's something that feels as almost as if my freedom, because there was that communication and freedom, is being limited in some manner. So the reason I'm going internal is because I don't want to be careless with what I speak, because actually the month is a lot about correspondence and communication. So it can be either physically writing something, or physically writing something that affects my whole neighborhood, or physically writing something, or communicating something to those people that are around me. And when I do this communication, I want to be able to do it with the openness and understanding that I've gleaned when I went internally for that which will benefit me externally. So all of us Aries are going through something right now. Perhaps it's a physical thing, perhaps it's an emotional thing, but it is situations that are around me that are affecting the way I perform physically, is what they're saying. Because the next card we have here is the Ace of Swords. And aces are always like brand new beginnings, fresh starts, things like that. But the Ace of Swords in this situation is in reverse. So, what is my glitch that I'm going to have to go through or fix or understand that caused me to go internal to sort the situation that's coming forward at me right now? Because if I sort it appropriately and, I'm not stirring up trouble, I go internal first, right? And I evaluate all these communications, information, and the things that are coming at me from the outside world. My end result is the sun. And there's no way we can mess up the sun, even if it came right side or upside down. This is right side up, obviously, and the sun is a thing of beauty. So whatever I went internally with, right, my situation, whatever forced me to go internal after my original communication, is something that I can reevaluate and restart with an even brighter future. So what I want to do this month is keep a totally open mind and really get informed about what is being communicated to me and what I am communicating to others, right? Whether it's around work, whether it's around relationships, however this comes, because I believe third house, when I was looking it up, it can be side-by-side relationships too. So it could be my neighbors, it could be my friends, it could be my husband, wife, my boyfriend and girlfriend, but it is basically communication and relationship in this spread, like who was the Page of Wands character, male or female, these are general, that delivered this particular communication to me. Now, because Aries, really, we love to be straightforward in our answers, straightforward in the most cases when we are dealing with others or communicating with others. We want to make sure that we're inside ourselves first, and we have sorted the situations that are affecting us. And that's the way Spirit's putting it to me. We are sorting the way these situations are affecting us. So being as this is a general reading, and this Page of Wands character on the upright is a communication about my work, it can obviously be about my career. It could obviously be because we have a new creation that has a little glitch in it because it's upside down, or something that I want to bring forward or communicate. This internal thing that I'm doing this month, because otherwise I could become resentful or frustrated or just baffled. And the earth plane is pretty screwed up right now anyhow. This is my considered opinion, but this is me, Frankie, telling you it's my considered opinion, not Spirit telling you that. But it is pretty screwed up right now, and we're all facing some pretty critical situations that are going on around us. And the top priority here is we don't want to be resentful. We don't want to experience that real frustration or anger or being careless, because Aries are very meticulous. We're very meticulous usually in our communications. So when this Four of Cups comes in reverse, that means we really need that aloneness, and not to feel bad or apologize for having to take it, because the star card's a major arcana in reversed, And if we need to take that to get a greater understanding of ourselves and to bring this wonderful life fruition for healing or whatever, creative endeavor, new job, employment, whatever it is, because like I said, this is a general reading. We want to create beauty because the sun is beauty. It is wonderful and spectacular additions to our lives, and we don't want to step in or stand in our own way of that, is what Spirit's saying. So if we need to go inside and think about all the things that have happened or have been communicated, is what they're saying, been communicated to us right now, we're going to take that time and we're going to take it guilt-free or free of guilt, if I'm doing the positive thinking there, because it's really important to have that beauty, balance, openness as I'm facing and bringing forth these new situations and ways of relating or communicating, right? And that seems to be really like an important thing, and being it actually is in the third house, and Spirit was giving me first the words freedom and communication and openness around my communication, and then they're speaking to us about how did they put that? Being careless with our communication. We want to make sure when we go inside we have an understanding of ourselves, because this affects others around us also, because didn't it have to do with like neighborhood projects or brothers, sisters, like other people that we're relating to, or friendships, partnerships like that. We want to make sure that what we're saying is not only beneficial to us, but also beneficial to them too, because now all of us bring, as a whole, right, even if it's something that was communicated to me about my work or going to affect my work, as a whole it brings forth this very positive, wonderful new life. And that's how it feels to me. I believe the sun brings life to all of us, right? I believe the sun is a creative force, and when you would think about an energy or a power, it's the sun that works with our physical plane to bring us light and warmth and all these other wonderful things. What they're saying again is those two cards, in reverse, and that Ace of Swords, which can be a glitch, a delay, that's going to knock me off the path for a short time. When I come forward to communicate that I'm bringing understanding for me and to those that are around me, that these kind of things are going to affect. But we'll pull an angel card and see exactly what Spirit's trying to tell us here. And hopefully I pick a different one. You never know with me and these angel cards. Let's see. Oh my gosh. This I absolutely do not understand or believe, but when I first started doing these readings, which was January of this year, I pulled three times or four times the exact same angel card. And this exact same angel card has come up, and you're the third sign. So I will read you the alternative meanings, because Aries, this if it's affecting three signs, you really might want to watch your moon and your rising sign. And the card is fresh air, and we have the sun card here in the reading. They're telling us to go internally, which might mean we're not going externally into the fresh air, or it could mean to get this information, we might want to reconnect with nature, to give us the capacity to do that internal examination. And the fresh air card says your body needs refreshment from oxygenated air generated from grass, trees, plants, and flowers. And this could even mean, actually, when I think about it in the overall spread of this could be a health issue where I need more oxygen. I'm not a doctor, obviously, but that could be an effect. And if I want to keep my freedom, I also want to be able to breathe. This time of year, I don't know what you guys are going through, but here where I'm at, it's like pollen city. Everything's covered in pollen. I almost don't want to go outside, but obviously they're saying let's go outside. It says spend time outside today, as near to Mother Nature's cradle as possible. Open your curtains and your windows to refresh your home as well. And that is the sun card. Let in the light, let in the warmth, let these things, while you're evaluating what it is that it needs to be communicated, allow them in. Let me find the alternative. You'd think I'd have the page bookmarked by now, wouldn't you? But obviously I don't. I put it all right back down again, and then have to figure it out again. This says the angels sent this card to you because you need some fresh air. You've been indoors for far too long, and your body and soul crave oxygen. And if we're going internally, that could mean it both ways, spiritually and physically. Open the windows to your home and your office and air them out, and then go outside yourself and breathe deeply. If you live in the city, make an escape to the country as soon as possible to breathe some much needed fresh air. Keep plenty of live plants in your home and in your office to ensure steady circulation of oxygen. Additional meanings for the card are exercise outdoors, get some sunshine, which they keep bringing because that's like wonderful new life things, projects, everything. If I take care of all the rest of this, it says get some sunshine or travel to a sunny environment, spend time around trees or plants, reconnect with nature, bring some fresh air into a stale situation or relationship. And that is the Four of Cups in reverse and your Star card in reverse. You can't bring fresh air into something, if the communication isn't quite, right, or doesn't jive, what I'm saying doesn't jive, with what the other people involved need to understand too about us and what's happening inside of us, because they said that word understanding also. So Aries, it looks like it's going to be a really interesting month for us. We don't want to stir anything up. We want to evaluate first, and look all over. And I believe that's exciting, because then we have right information, right flow, and we bring that Sun card into our hands, and we do it way more rapidly than we would have any other time. But Aries, that's your reading for June of 2016, and I want to tell you how much I thank you for the time that you spend sitting here and listening to me, and for your likes and your shares, and all of you who've subscribed, and for your comments. I really do love the comments, and if you get a note from me, because I am so far behind myself, if you get a note from me and you try to figure out who is that woman, that would be me probably catching up to you 2 months later. But and I'm sorry, your videos are going to be last, because last month your video was first, and then I lost all of the videos from Virgo onward for the whole month of May, and I cannot replicate them, because when Spirit works through me, they work in a one-time only shot. So I could have shown you the cards, but you couldn't have heard what they were telling me, because I can't repeat it, and the videos were not hearable. But if you want to know more about me, there's information down here below. It's spirits-healing-readings.com, or if you want to set an appointment with me, all of the information about me is there on the website, and I will see you for July. Aries, thank you so much for the time you spent. Bye.